cute little 10th graders, I hope that you're doing wonderful, and I also hope that you know that the date sheet is being released, and this question might be constantly lingering around your head, that is, what to do after date sheet is released, ma'am? It's like February 15 seems like tomorrow. Well, I know. I have been in that situation, so please calm down. Let's say bye-bye to panic attacks and panicky things. Let's think of the solution, and I have got the solution. You just have to trust me. Without saying too much, let me just get into the thing. That is, you have to remember, my dear children, there is a time for hardcore preparation. This time which I am going to allocate to you will decide your marks in your 10th grades. Okay, so this time is the period where you have to give your 100%, or if there is something more than 100%, you have to give that also. Okay, what is that time? Starting from November 26th and 27th, today or tomorrow, whenever they post this particular video, to January 5th is the time. Is the time for hardcore preparation. That means your syllabus should be completed by now. That is 70 to 80% at least. I am saying, I'll say 100%, but at least 70 to 80% of your syllabus should be completed during this particular point of time. This is your hardcore preparation time. You have to give your blood and sweat for preparation over here. Okay, that does not mean that you do not have to sleep and all. Please have good amount of sleep, okay, but have a proper schedule, and I am going to help you with that, everything. Okay, please remember, this is the time for preparation. Then you might be thinking, ma'am, we are left with 1 month more for February, right? Then what will you do then? Basically, children, you need to revise as well. So some people know that they just study. They don't revise, and on the day of exam they are not able to recollect things. So we have to give ample importance to revision as well. So the second period will be for revision. I will come to that. As of now, let's me talk about the hardcore preparation. Now, when you are doing hardcore preparation, before you start for it, first thing that you need to do is analyze your preparation. You might be in this category, that is of people who have completed more than 50% of their syllabus. Then comes a category who might be of people who have completed less than 50% of their syllabus. So analyze in which category do you fall. That is the first task for you. Once you have analyzed, I am going to talk about these people first, these set of people first. So people who have completed less than 50% of your syllabus, what you have to do? First thing, segregate the chapters into completed and not completed. Okay, don't go make a list of things like that. You just put star or whatever. Wherever you have completed, put a star, and rest of the things you keep it. Okay, so you know the list of the chapters that you have not completed, not touched at all. The ones that you have completed, please revisit it later on. In the revision phase, you can revisit it. As of now, let's not revisit them. As of now, let's touch those chapters which you have not completed at all. Okay, now what you can do with those chapters is that start off with medium difficult chapters. Don't start with high difficulty chapters which you cannot understand at one go. Start with medium difficult chapters, but this chapter should have high priority. So if you do not know about the priority for math and science, I will be showing you the priority list. Okay, but you have to start with medium difficulty chapters, the things that you feel is not very difficult for you. Not easy chapters. Don't go for easy chapters. Easy chapters you can deal it with later on. Okay, then once you have started off with medium difficulty chapters, do it. This medium difficulty chapters, no, remember always, it is medium difficulty, that I agree, but it is of no high priority, then that's a problem. You should be getting marks also after reading that chapter. Okay, so this particular chapter should have high priority as well. Okay, then after you're done with that, alternate with difficult chapters with high priority. Okay, so that you have an initial boost of confidence. When you study this chapter, you will feel it's medium difficulty. No, you won't feel it very difficult to study. When you study it, you might go with the flow, you might feel motivated, and now you might do the next chapter. So the next chapter that you should be taking should be a difficult chapter with high priority. Okay, anyways, we cannot skip this. So we have to do that for sure. So segregate the chapters, start off with medium difficulty chapters, then deal with difficult chapters, and then you can go for easy chapters later on during revision time also, if you do not get time during this particular time period. That is the hardcore preparation time period. Now, one tip that you can use is make use of one-shot videos for studying anything new. So some chapters, no, at this point of time, reading through NCERT, understanding each and every line might become difficult for you if you are opening the book for the first time. I will suggest use one-shot videos of any channel. Okay, if not this channel, if you don't think that we are helpful for you, you can go for other channel also. Watch those one-shot videos, my dear children. It will help you give clarity again about things, and then when you read NCERT, it becomes all the more clearer. Okay, so I'll recommend you to see one-shot videos in 2x speed. It will be really helpful for you. Okay, don't go about juggling so many reference books. Please say bye-bye to all the reference books. We do not need them as of now. Cool? Next thing. For the people who have completed more than 50% of the syllabus, what you can do? First thing, complete the chapters that are left and make formula sheets parallelly. So whatever chapters are left, no, whenever you go through the chapters, if you have, for example, you are talking about chemistry or physics, make formula sheets as well along with learning the chapter, because this formula sheets is going to be really useful for you later on. I'll tell you why. Okay, the other children also can use the same thing. You can also make the formula sheets, but if you are in a panicky situation, I won't recommend you to do that. But you have time. For the people who have completed almost 50% of the syllabus, you still have time for doing all this thing. Okay, now basically, alternatively, what you have to do is, when you are starting off a new chapter, it's all good, but you might be forgetting the chapters that you have learned already. So alternatively, you have to revise the already completed chapters. And how you can revise them? The best way, I won't say go read your notes and things like that. You try to solve fixed questions from sample papers and PYQs. For example, I saw in sample papers there are 2 questions from this chapter. Mark those 2 questions and do it. Similarly, from PYQs also, mark those 2 questions and do it. This is how you need to revise. Now, if you are not able to understand the topics, what you can do is, you can go visit the NCERT. That's the best thing that you can do. For example, that particular topic I am not able to do, that particular answer I was not able to do. So revisit the topic from your NCERT. That will help you really well. Cool. Now, next thing, take the formula sheets. Over here, we made the formula sheets, right? Now, what you can do is, afterwards, later on, during revision period, you can take the formula sheet and solve as many questions as possible with the help of it. So, example, you have a formula sheet where these many formulas are mentioned. Now, with the help of these many formulas, whatever questions you can do, you can try to do it during the revision period, which is why I said make the formula sheets. Now, you do not have a separate time to make formula sheets and everything. When you are learning, do the formula sheet then only, and please do not use so many colored pens and things like that. We are in crunch time. We have so less time. So basically, let's make use of this time. Do not use color pens, not beautify things. We can do it later on. Okay. Probably if we do not pass 10th, then we have to color things only. So don't do this mistake as of now. Take enough time to study rather than doing all these things. So I hope you understood the basic thing. Okay, so analyze your preparation, and wherever you stand, you can do this thing clearly. Cool? Hope it helps. Now, next thing, that is the chapter-wise order for mathematics. This is how you can go. Okay, you can choose your medium difficulty and high priority chapters, high difficulty chapters accordingly, but this is the priority order that you have to follow. Okay, for example, if triangles is easy for you, medium difficult for you, then do it first. Then go with quadratic equation. In whatever format you can remember things better, you do it, but do not take it from the lower chapters. Okay, start from these chapters and then go ahead. Okay, these chapters might be easy for you, so you can keep it for later on. Not later on as in after so many months. You have a hardcore preparation time. During that particular time only you have to analyze things. And I will tell you when all these things what I am saying would be useful for you. When it will be useful for you, I will be telling about that also. So these are the high order priority chapters for mathematics. For science, this can be the case. P for physics, C for chemistry, and B for biology. So in physics, this is the high priority chapter. In chemistry, this is the high priority chapter. In biology, this can be a high priority chapters. Well, me being a teacher who have taught 10th previously, I will say that it's not always according to high priority chapters, but yes, life processes and heredity and things like that gives you more amount of questions every time. So you can go accordingly, but you should not be skipping any chapters, my dear children. Okay, the last minute tip that you can do is, please, if you do not have time to read your NCERT at the last moment, go watch some random YouTube one-shot videos. It will be really helpful for you. But don't go prepared, don't go unprepared. Okay, that is the thing. Don't leave any chapter, however difficult, however easy it is. Please do not leave any chapter. Just go have a watch. It will be really helpful for you. Trust me on this. Okay? Cool. So once you have done analysis and things like that, it's now time for revision. Once you're done with the hardcore preparation, okay, till 5th of January, you prepared your maximum, you gave your best, you completed a lot of your syllabus, you're left with few things. You can do those few things, but you can give time for revision as well. Okay, so this is your time for revision from January 5th to February 10th. I know during the previous time, that is hardcore preparation time, some of you might have had your pre-board examination. It's totally fine. In pre-board examination also you have to study anyways. So already you are studying, so do that study during that particular point of time, that's not a problem. Still you have time for revision. At this point of time you have to revise. And how to revise, that is the next question. First point, use one-shot videos, I already told you. Second thing, use sample papers. This is how you can revise. So practice, for example, I completed a chapter. I took a sample papers and I marked the chapter wise questions and I started solving it. Okay, it will hardly take 10 minutes of your time to mark the questions and then do the questions. Doing the questions takes a larger time, but marking the questions takes lesser time, 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes you have to mark the questions from the sample papers and do that individually. For each of the chapters you can do it individually. Apart from this, how you can make use of sample papers is that once you are done with few chapters, a few countable number of chapters, for example 5 chapters from science or 10 chapters from science, appear for full length mock test. Okay, you can appear for 1 or 2 full length mock test papers after you feel a bit confidence. After you feel that okay, I feel a bit confident, I can probably try to solve. So it's okay, you might not be able to do all the questions, but children, the fact is, this thing when you're doing it, you will get a reality check of where you stand. So I won't say that do this mock test at the end of the revision cycle. I'll say do in the middle. So you get a reality check. Now you might work on it. If you might not work on it, how will you rectify things? That becomes a big problem. So you have to do the full length mock test almost by mid-Jan. By mid of Jan, you should be doing full length mock test, analyze where you stand and work accordingly. Okay, do not feel demotivated, it's a part, you have to anyways face the truth, right? So please do that. Rather than facing it on the day of exam, face the truth earlier. Now check your mistakes. Okay, so whenever you are solving the papers, what you can do is know your mistakes and take it seriously and rework on it. If you are someone who, for example, teacher marked it and said that this is wrong. Okay, again the question came in some pre-board exam, again you got it wrong because you didn't take it seriously. Again you are doing the same mistake on the day of exam also, because on the day of exam you got the same exact question paper. You will regret on that particular day, I am telling you. So basically, do not give a scope for that. Please check your mistakes whenever you are solving sample papers also. If you yourself find the mistake, that will be really good, and then rework on it. This is also a way of revising things. Okay, so for example, some questions you are not able to do, just mark it and come and do it later on when you have time for it, but do it. Okay, but you have to do it. What you can do is, for example, I did question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. I was not able to solve question number 2. Okay, I marked it. What I can do is, I can go use my NCERT for seeing through the answer once, for just revising the concept once, and then later on, probably after 2 days, I have marked that question number 2 on this 196 page number I was not able to. Try solving it. In the try solving it column, write the questions which you are not able to do, and then try resolving it again, and then see if you are able to do it or not. That's how you can check your mistakes and work on it. It helps in revision also. So the concept that is not cemented in your head, you might have to revise a bit more time, so do that. It's okay, take your time to do it. Cool? Works? So that is how you have to revise. Now, one more thing, always remember that all the things that I have said would not be of any use if you don't think that past is past. Basically, whatever exams has went, okay, has completed, has got your PA exams, your class test, your unit test, your midterm exam, they were just a stepping stone to something really big, that is your boards. Your board is something that is ultimately the goal. Okay, you have to score good marks in the boards. So whatever marks you got previously does not matter as of now. That was past, so let's keep it as past. Okay, let's not think about that and basically cause trouble in our future. So over here, the whatever marks you got, however low it might be, okay, don't think about that. Give your best during this hardcore preparation time and then revise it accordingly, and then you will be getting the results. There is no one in this world who have worked really hard and not got any result from it. They might have got some result from it. They might have moved from point A to point B. Something would be alwaysly there. So you have to wait for that something, you have to wait for that patiently, you have to give your best. And your friends might say something, your parents might say something when you might have scored less. It's okay. It's okay. That genuinely comes, that naturally comes off from people. But let's ignore all that thing. Okay, do you believe in yourself? That is the question. And if you believe in yourself, and do you love yourself? If you love yourself, you will give yourself a big chance. Okay, and that is to prepare one more. These board exams and all are nothing. In life, you will see so many things, my dear children. Okay, this is just few stones. This is how I was saying that midterms are stepping stone for this something big. These things that you see over here, these are stepping stone for another something big. And this will happen throughout your life. So basically, what you can do is give your best every time in your life. That's the only thing that you can do. Give your best. Do not feel demotivated. You can feel sad. It's okay. But please remember that there is another day where you can bring out changes, and trust that process and bring out changes. Give your best every single day. Okay. Next thing, discipline. So if you are not, for example, one day you thought that I have studied this thing, tomorrow I'll study 3 chapters together, or basically 4 chapters together. You do not have that bandwidth to study 4 chapters. What will happen? You won't study even one single chapter, because you might be trying to cover this. Don't do that. Have a proper discipline in your life. Okay, allocate 2 chapters or whatever chapters. Have your fixed timings for sleeping, for studying and everything, and do what you can do at that particular point of time, rather than overburdening yourself, because this will not be good for you in a longer run. Okay, these are 2 months that you are going to spend on studies. At this point of time, you need to have peace also in your life. So have discipline. Follow a timetable that you have. Regularly follow that. Sleep at one point of time. Drink enough amount of water. Give time for exercise as well. Okay. If you follow the timetable peacefully, religiously, it will be really helpful for you guys. Works? And now, last thing. Pre-boards like boards. You have to treat pre-boards like boards. Whatever exams are coming through, think of it as boards. Sit there for 3 hours. Give your best over there. So don't think that in pre-boards, let me just read whatever we have read, and boards I'll do better. No. Pre-boards is like boards. You are appearing for boards, think like that, study like that, and give your pre-board examination. It will be really helpful for you for analyzing whether you are able to answer all the questions during the specific period of time. In my first year of college, you know what? I knew every single thing, all the answers. But the only problem with me was I didn't know until where should I write. I used to write all the answers in a very elaborate manner. I didn't get time. I lost my marks in there. Okay, but I knew everything. So there are people who would be knowing a lot of things, they want to write all of these things, but if you are in this real time zone, you're sitting there, you're trying to give your exam, you will have a basic understanding of how much time you should be spending on one particular topic or one particular question in there. And you have to be serious regarding your pre-boards. Not that their marks will be added up here and there. No, it's just for you to analyze your preparation and you to prepare things according to the timings that are given. So I hope that you will always remember these 3 very important points as well, and I hope that this particular video was helpful for you to analyze and to make sure what you have to do after the date sheet is released. Now, do you think that is there anything else that we can help you with? Is there any other content that we can help you with? Definitely put it down in the comment section. We will take it under consideration. We will make a video out of it. If you are in need of anything, we would be definitely doing that. And if you have any doubt regarding your exams, regarding your exam pattern and things like that, which you cannot obviously refer by yourself, you can tell it to us. We would make videos on it as well. Okay, so it's your content that we would be delivering. Choose it accordingly and give your best, children. You are giving your best. I trust you for that. Keep on giving your best, and do not forget to subscribe to our little channel, that is Diksha Vedantu. So that's all. Bye bye. Take care.